Hey man, so we're gonna move on to the beach cruiser tires. So I found this really cool image on Google Maps. Now this one has some brick style texture going on with the tread. So we're gonna go ahead and recreate that in Maya. So to do that, I'm gonna come over here and just make a little polygon primitive. Make yourself a plane. Okay. Now, I don't know why I put that away. Come back out. Don't be shy. We're gonna get rid of all of our subdivisions. So just bring this down to 1. And then we're going to create a little box. Happy little box. Little cube. Right? So go ahead. Snap your pivot to the corner. Bring this up. Okay. We're going to draw our lines on the polygon primitive later. But for now, this is what we're going to do. So give this about 1 square, 2 squares, maybe a little bit more than that. I'm just looking at a reference. You should really have this open in another screen or on another monitor, however you choose to do it. We don't want them to be too thick here. So now that I did that, I'm starting to see it's a little too long. That's what she said, but I don't think that's a big deal here. Okay, so I'm going to snap this over here, a little duplicate action, right? And we don't want too much space between our tread, just enough to make it a little box. You see our treads are pretty close together, so I think that'll be solid. So duplicate that over one more time and it'll give you an even distribution. Okay. I'm gonna grab these 3 boxes, duplicate these over, snap it over, and do the exact same thing. Just make a little square in the middle. Happy little squares today. Do that one more time. Right? And then I'm gonna take these squares. Oh, you know what I really should have done, actually? Because I am so stupid that I did not go to multiple edge loops and create a bunch of edge loops on these boxes. So, we're going to have to do this a billion times because I didn't do it on the first box before I duplicated it. Yay, I'm so smart and efficient. You really want to try and speed up your workflow, so little things like that will really slow you down if you're not paying attention to what you're doing. But this is my first time modeling this tire tread, so just bear with me a little bit. And we're gonna get into some cool animation style modeling, so that'll be fun. Alright, and now that we have these lines here in the middle, we can snap it. Bam! Solid, just like that. And now that we got that, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna come over here and grab our edges and line them up. So, slam. Right? When we take this one, this is gonna be a big one right here. Whoosh. Alright. So now that we got that little solid foundation, come in here, make some edge loops. This time we want it relative distance to edge. Okay. And make sure you don't miss any of these, because it's really going to slow you down if you don't. You're going to find yourself not being able to extrude these faces out. And don't really worry about them being super duper perfect, because everything done in the computer is going to be super duper geometrical, and that doesn't look very realistic. A little bit of offset just kind of gives you that little push, that organic flow. So it's not so, you know what I'm saying, computer generated. So now that we have those faces all made up, select the parts that you're going to want to extrude here. See, I did miss one actually. This is exactly what I was talking about. So, I'm not going to finish that song. This one I will snap because it's too big. Yep, solid. Alright, now grab your faces. Ah, whoops. Right, so now that we got these guys selected, I'm going to make a little extrude here. So go to Edit Mesh, Extrude. We really only want one division. Make sure you hit this little power box here, because If you don't, you're going to get some sloppy stuff. Alright, so when we come in here, we really want to think about a penny, like touch the Lincoln's like eyebrows, but maybe just a little bit less than that. Because if you look at the reference image over here, these treads are really low, so that'll be solid about right there. Okay. And I'm already taking notice that these are a little spread out too far for my taste. So I'm gonna come in here, oops, and just make these a little bit closer. And this is what I was talking about. Like, don't worry about like everything being super perfect. Like, it's a tire tread. It's gonna be really tight, and it won't really matter too much. All right. But you do want to make sure you got like squares going on, so that should be solid there. Right. So let's see if I could go back into that extrude. Hey, don't be shy. Come back out. That poly extrude. And since I already like messed around with it, it might not let me do it. So let's just see if it'll work. So find it. The offset. Put this by like 0.3 should be. Yep, it worked. Thank you, Maya. I love you. See, sometimes Maya does care about you and she'll like help you out in times of need. But other times she's just a complete blah. Alright, so now that we've got this, I'm going to take these edges on the sides and extrude those out. Again with the little blue box, make sure you hit that. Alright, and then we want like an even like distance with the rest of everything else. So boom, that should be solid. Okay. I'm going to take this and duplicate it over. Snap it to, I'm going to put it on this edge, even though I'm going to have to move it over again. Because with this one, you see like how here we got like these two are together, but we have like 9 bricks all together, all the way around. So we're still going to need this here, so don't skip that step unless you're too cool for that. Snap this over right here. Alright. And actually, what I didn't do, alright, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have done that, but it's okay. It's a learning process. We're moving along here, right? So now you could take this and duplicate it over to this side, or this side, whatever. And with this one, you don't really want your boxes to be like that because this is like a brick style, so take these and delete them. And we could snap this one over here like that. So now we have the brick style going on. So how many of these do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, we want 4 on each side, and then the middle is the 5th one. So take this and duplicate it over all the way to this side. We're off screen a little bit. And I already know what this looks like, so dang, Maya. I'm tripping. Alright, so with this, you could scale it out this way, and that'll give you the tread in the opposite direction, just like on the z-axis, -1 if that's the direction you're going in. And you can see like we got our solid base here, and this is going to be everything that we need. The only thing we got to do here is turn off the grid to get that nasty stuff out of the way. And I'm already kind of seeing that that's overlapping, so you know, these are things that'll give you trouble later on, so make sure you're looking out for that kind of stuff. I'm going to take these two and combine them. Combine. Edit mesh, combine. Alright. I'm going to take these edges here. And just get rid of those guys. So now we can come over here to vertex, grab these guys, and then merge vertices, merge to center, and that'll give us like a little thing going on here. Okay. So you can hit G and it'll redo that for you. Right. And you don't want to like grab all of these and do them at the same time because you get that happening, so just one at a time. Yeah, it's a slow process, but you know, proper technique, and this will be done in no time. I think we're already at 11 minutes here. I'm doing it a little bit slow, but you know, brick style, little complications. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, so go back into edit mesh and do an insert edge loop. And I'm going to put this one right here and this one right here. And then if you grab an edge on one side and then this edge here, you can select, well, it went all the way around the wrong way, so never mind. Let's see if I could try this one more time from here. Nope, it's not going to let me do it. Not going to let me do it, Maya. Just have to select them all. Sucks when that happens, but you know, it is what it is. Alright, so we just want the top ones actually, because we're just gonna give it like a little bevel on these ones. Ba-doom, ba-doom, and ba-doom. Alright, and just bring them down a little bit. Like that should be solid. Okay. And so those will be our middle ones. So now what we can do here is take all of these and combine them. So mesh, combine, grab all of your vertices and hit control right click and then merge vertices, and then that should hook you up right there. So now like you're not gonna have like weird things going on where like it's all separated, right? So now that we have this, I'm really just like to work in clean geometry, so delete by type, history, modify, freeze transforms, and now we have a clean model here. So we really don't want like everything to be cut in half and have like repetitive textures on our tire. So if you snap the edge here and duplicate it, I'm actually gonna put it on this side. Whoop. Hey, you saw my whole life there. Snap this over here and then figure out where you want like this to happen. So boom, 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 and then I'm gonna do that one more time. This time I'm gonna do it like way over here. So I'm gonna snap it on. I'm gonna snap this one right here. Shablang, right? And then do the exact same thing. So blah. So I'm gonna put this one on a different layer. I'm gonna change the color of it pink because that's my favorite color today. Just so I could get a little bit of separation in my models, so I'm not like weirded out with like lines everywhere. I'm gonna turn this one purple because that's my friend's favorite color. Alright, so I'm just gonna hit an edit mesh here and do an insert edge loop tool and put that right here. And then same thing on this side, I'm gonna put that right here. Alright, so that's golden. And then on this side, we're gonna get rid of, come on, get out of here. On this side we're going to get rid of these ones, as well as these ones. And then on this side, we're going to do the exact opposite, so this one here in the middle. Doom, 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 doom. I'm trying to think about how I really want to do this. So I'm gonna, yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave it so like the divots are the only things that we're worried about here. So we're gonna have to do the same thing on all of them actually. So doom, doom, and doom. Solid gold. And then on this side, how did I do it on this side? Let's see here. Yeah, this one has this side still on it, but I took, yeah, I did take this one off, I do believe. So I'm gonna leave this one off or on, and then I'm gonna like, take this one off. And if it's not perfect by the time I get to the end, like we'll just fix it. But I'm pretty sure this will be solid. So I'm gonna do the same thing on this side, face. I'm gonna do the exact opposite. So make sure this one's gone, this one's gone, this one, this one. Alright. Alright, so now we got like a brick texture going on. And I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to get rid of this. We don't need it. And then let's just make sure we're lining up here. So anything that's not right, we can fix now before it's too late. And it looks like we have a solid fit there, except for one thing. Looks like we're going to have to take all of these vertices here and snap them. Oh, that is not what I wanted. Snap them like about like right here. Actually, that's not what I wanted. I'm gonna have to do it on these ones. So bring these like right here. And that should be about solid. Like I said, it doesn't have to be too perfect. Alright, so let's just try this one more time and make sure. You always want to double check your work. Alright. So that's fitting solid. And what about the other way? That is also fitting solid. Alright, so now I'm just going to get rid of these guys. And let's see here. Duplicate. Snap it up. And alright. So we can actually maybe go into edit and duplicate special, and then we could do 45 copies. I'm gonna do 48 of them. Actually, I'm gonna reset this first and then do 48. And I don't really, whatever. Alright, forget that, because I don't know how to use that tool honestly, so we're just going to hit this 48 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's minus 3. So 48, 47, 46, 45. So I'm just looking at this number here, and I'm just going to duplicate it until that says 45. Alright, that's solid. Alright, so now that we have our tire tread, I'm going to take all these objects, go to Mesh, Combine, Modify, Freeze Transforms, Edit, Delete by Type, just so we have some clean geometry. And go to Vertices, select all the vertices, Shift right click, and then merge the verts. So now that we've got our tire tread, let's just take a quick look at it without the wireframe on there. Yeah, I'm thinking that's solid gold right there. That's looking pretty tire-ish for a bike. For a beach cruiser. Huh. Very interesting. Alright, so I'm going to snap around here. Let's go to Animation. I'm going to go to Geometry Deformation. I'm going to create a lattice on this. Alright. So this is the tricky part. I'm going to turn all these to 1. And then on our T divisions, let's see, I'm probably going to make 9 of them. Whoops, not T. Let's see, is it the S divisions? Nope, that one is not it. Let's try it on this one. Alright, solid, solid. I'm not feeling that. Let's do 8. Now let's do 12. That's about more my style right there. That I can work with. Now let's do 10. So it doesn't have to be too perfect. Right? So I'm going to go in my 2 views here. I'm going to make this one, that's already the front view. Let's do the side view. Get a good zoom in on here. And then on this one, I'm going to create a new one. And I'm going to do the back. Well, nope. Maybe I'll do the right side. Okay. So just to make sure I got the right side here, I'm going to select a face and hit this one on. Yep, I'm going to have to do the front actually. So let's do front. Or not front, but right. Alright, so this is the cool part where we get to make some curvature. And remember, this is a bike tire, so try and get like some decent roundness to it. but not too much where it's like a semicircle. Right, and one thing that we are gonna have to do is like scale these in a little tiny bit, because once you start curving, like it gets like a little bit shorter. Right, then we like move these up. And we really want these to be like evened out again, so it's just a little bit of modeling that we got to do to get it to look right again. Alright, so these ones bring out a little bit, maybe up. Alright, and then for these ones, bring them out and up. And then same for these. Blang. Blang blang. Blang da blang da blang. Alright. Excuse me. I'm just dumb. Alright. Alright, I'm thinking this is pretty solid here. Right. I'm just gonna make sure these are making sense the way I have it. You want like all of your like geometry to be flowing in a nice curvature, and all your lines to be like lined up properly. So I think that should be golden solid. So let's check this out in our perspective mode. Oh yeah, there we go. That's looking like a bike tire. That is definitely looking like a bike tire. Alright, so to get rid of the lattice, we can just grab our geometry, edit, delete by type, history, and that'll get rid of that. Get rid of that dirty geometry. Once you have some decent geometry going on, you can go into your create deformations. Go to, let's see here, nonlinear and bend. With your geometry selected, of course. Let's see, we're going to rotate this. We're going to hit J. Bring this this way, 90 degrees. If it'll just snap properly. Maya's being really slow right now. Solid. Nope. Went over. Alright. So now we can hit T on here. Grab this. Drag. It's not exactly the direction I wanted it to go in, so let's try this one more time. I just want to make sure my verts aren't going to like snap together. Okay. So I can take these here, snap them up, merge verts. Alright, we're solid. Alright, so now we could take this geometry, modify, freeze transforms, edit, delete by type, history. I'm going to save this. And that is looking like some decent tire treads there for us. So let's just try our best to get this lined up here. Actually, it would make a lot of sense to get it lined up with this white line here. And about like that. So now we can kind of see like what we're working with. Like there's a little bit extra here. So if I bring it out from here and just move it, I'd say about like right here, maybe a little bit more. Because we can always adjust this later once we start modeling everything else, but this is about solid right here. So I'm going to go into our perspective mode, and I know Maya's always really weird when you want to do that. Let's grab this, bring it out a little bit so that we could see what we're working with. All right. So grab the outside edge loop because we're going to make the walls of the tire. I don't know why, but for some reason Maya's wanting to select both sides and then grab this middle piece here. There might be some vertices that need to be merged or something. But we can just like, for right now, do this, and then I'll fix that in a minute. It's not what I wanted, Maya. Not UVs. Just give me the edge, right? And then get rid of these here. These here. Make sure that you have all the ones that you want deselected. Right, so this way we're not going to have like any manifold geometry or whatever you want to call it, faces inside of faces. So once we have this, you're going to want to extrude it with 4 divisions, okay? This way we can get a little bit of roundness to our object. Because this is a tire, and tires are round, okay? So make sure you hit the power button on your extrude. I know my Maya's being really slow here, so just bear with me again for this whole tutorial, because This tutorial isn't the best tutorial. It's the first one that I've ever made, so I'm having fun with it. Wow, that is very large. Way larger than I wanted. Let's go back into our front view here. Alright, now I'm just going to bring this down to about where the rim looks like it is about solid. It's really hard to tell. Just use your best judgment. We can make big tires. It doesn't matter. Alright, and once we have this, you can look at it from the side here. And I'm already feeling like that's a huge tire, so I'm just going to crank it back a tiny little bit. Actually, no, that was probably really good. Alright, so if Maya's giving you a hard time while you're selecting your edge loops, you can actually like that. That's exactly what I was talking about. But I did miss one, so let me just go back here. You can select the edge and then hit to faces, like select this middle edge here, and it'll give you all the faces that you want. So like that's exactly what it's doing for me right now on this side. So if that doesn't work for you, you can actually select one face here and one face here, one face here. They're like so small to grab, but grab two faces like that, and then that'll give Maya a little bit of a better clue of what you're trying to do. But it's just not going to work out for me, so we're just going to have to do the edge loop thing that I was talking about. So to do that, grab the edge, and then grab this edge and hit Shift Control. Well, I'm getting the black dot, but my menu is not showing up. So let's see if we could select it from here. Select, convert selection to faces, and we got all of our selections. So now we're not going to have to do this one by one because that would take a million years, right? So we're going to scale this out a little bit to round off the tire. Like so, and then grab this edge and this edge here in the middle, and then round it off just a little bit more. Like so. Now we have a round tire. Yay! Alright, now for the really fun part is doing the brim of the rim. The rim brim.